A new kind of testing for COVID could make getting tested more comfortable.
And it's voting season. Are you getting your ballot in early? Murrow News 8 starts now.
Whitman County Health Department confirms the first COVID-related death in the county, a female between the ages of 60 to 79 with underlying health conditions. The department will not be releasing any specific case information, but reminds all to maintain social distancing guidelines to best protect those in at-risk groups. That includes pregnant women, those with underlying conditions, and anyone over the age of 60.
Washington State Governor Jay Inslee is starting to lift the COVID-19 restrictions and moves different counties into Phase 4. Phase 4 will resume public interactions with social distancing and will open nightclubs, concert venues, and large sporting events. Researchers are working on distributing a new type of COVID testing that is both easier and faster. The non-intrusive oral swab test created by a company named Curative allows for accurate, quicker testing times between patients. Researchers are currently looking to distribute self-administer oral swab test kits to millions of homes.
Over $200,000 have been raised for victims of the Malden wildfires. According to Pullman Radio, United Way of Whitman County reports that nearly 1,000 people from across the county have made some form of a donation. Spokane's No Lie Brew House raised $76,000, and the First Interstate Bank donated $15,000 themselves.
"37 University of Idaho law students will run a polling center to fill a poll worker shortage. Students will get credit towards their 50 required pro bono hours. Most of these students will work at the U of I Rec Center polling location. This solution was reached after several elderly poll workers quit due to fear of COVID-19.
Spokane County will be sending ballots 1 week earlier than usual due to fears of COVID-19 delays in the mail. Washington counties will be shipping these ballots out October 8th and 9th. Washington Secretary of State Kim Wyman also issued an emergency order that requires election officials to use first-class mail for ballots casted within 15 days of the election. Whitman County mails their ballots out next week.
Speaking of voting season is right around the corner, and many of us are curious about where and how to vote. Humayun, what is voting looking like this year?
Thanks, Ariel. As you know, elections are getting closer. Voting in Pullman is being planned up. The process of voting would be easy as ballots are mailed to voters 18 days prior to an election. Ballot deposit boxes are available during business hours 18 days prior to Election Day at Whitman County Election Center. Unstuffed ballot deposit boxes are available 24 hours a day beginning 18 days prior to Election Day and are located at Southeast Paradise Street, just outside Hendricks Trading Co. Also in the alley behind Whitman County Election Center and on the Washington State University campus outside the west entrance to the Cub on Terrell Mall. Election Day is also from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Accessible voting equipment is available 18 days prior to Election Day at Whitman County Election Center. Reporting live in Pullman, Washington, Humayun Khurram, Murrow News 8.
See what will happen to stimulus checks and how it could affect you.
And what you should look out for this weekend in the weather. Alex Biviano has your weather when Murrow News 8 returns.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear. Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Facebook announced it will no longer tolerate any pages, groups, or Instagram accounts associated with far-right conspiracy group QAnon. Their baseless claims linking senior Democrat executives to human and sex trafficking rings have resulted in a ban from Facebook's platforms. The group has been spreading similar theories and claims for 3 years. Facebook labeled them a, quote, militarized social movement, end quote.
At 9:40 a.m. this morning, former Minneapolis police officer Jarek Chauvin was transferred from Minnesota Correctional Facility Oak Park Heights to Hennepin County Jail, where he posted his $1 million bail with a non-cash bond guaranteed by Allegheny Casualty, and was released at 11:22 a.m. He is the last of the 4 to be released in connection to the death of George Floyd.
President Trump has put negotiations for a second stimulus check on hold until after the November 3rd election. The package requires a bipartisan support and was already at a stalemate. While the future of the second round of checks is unclear, all negotiations are currently on hold, and a resolution is not expected to come anytime soon.
Incumbent Vice President Mike Pence and Californian Senator Kamala Harris meet at 6 p.m. in Utah tonight for the only vice presidential debate in the campaign. Harris becomes the first Black and South Asian woman to participate in a general presidential debate. The event is moderated by USA Today Washington Bureau Chief Susan Page, covering 9 issues at 10 minutes each. Page is the first print reporter selected by the commission to moderate solo.
And it looks just a little bit too nice out there to be October. Saw some of the sun. I'm walking in here, and I don't know how much longer that's going to last as we're walking up Campus Street. But Alex, what can we expect here for the rest of October?
Thank you for that, Andrew. So today is going to be a beautiful day. 80 degrees, a low of 50. Great for outdoor activities, low wind. It's really one of the nicer days we'll have of the month or even the season. It's going to just be hot, but not unbearable out there. Tomorrow will be much of the same. It'll be pretty hot. It'll be a high, low temperature, if that makes sense, as far as looking at. Pretty comfortable throughout the day. However, this weekend, though, that'll definitely turn. We're going to see rain all the way through the weekend. But right now, the state map, you look around, west side is cold on the east side again. Looking at this, the heat settling in the middle of the state once again. You're looking at Yakima, Tri-Cities being mid-80s, which is crazy for October. And the east side being 80 degrees, again, pretty wild for the current times. West side, looking at low 60s. But you got a 5-cast. You'll be able to see that it's going to get really wet, really rainy, really cold going forward. A lot more of the typical October weather we're used to. Much less fun in this little bit extended summer we have right now, which has been enjoyable for at least, but this weekend probably stay inside, get your outside activities done early. It'll only get colder, only get wetter. Back to you guys at the desk.
When we come back, find out which player is undefeated in the WNBA Finals.
And what Pac-12 sports could look like this fall. Murrow News 8 will be right back.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back. I'm Jane McDonald, and out of Seattle, the Proud Storm is heading home after defeating the Aces. This was not only a win, it was a domination as the ladies beat Las Vegas in the best-of-5 series with a 92-59 win yesterday in Game 3. This is Seattle's second time winning in the last 3 years and 4th championship in its history. The Pac-12 CEO group voted late September to return fall sports, or did they? Murrow News 8 reporter Andrew Bartline caught up with Washington State Soccer to learn more.
Khalees Barton misses soccer season.
I keep seeing my Snapchat memories pop up, and that's when I think I've been realizing, like, wow, I was playing at Cal today, and we won in overtime, and I played a lot in that game and had a lot of fun.
Though the Junior Defenders Fund will have to wait. In August, the NCAA officially canceled all fall sport championships. Most conferences followed suit, postponing their seasons, but that was written in pencil.
Everything still up until this day has been like day to day. Like, we have found out things literally hours before practice, hour after practice. Like, for a couple weeks there, we were just on our toes in terms of, like, are we gonna have a whole season in a month and a half?
Now, players on the team tell me they heard official word last week that the season won't start till February. This decision comes right after this September press release allows football for November. So until the snow comes and goes, that concession stand is going to be closed, and this front gate will remain locked.
So I don't know the logistics of why the Pac-12 did it. I just know that I'm extremely excited and so pleased to move forward to have a season this spring, and we'll take every opportunity we can to continue and play.
I'm definitely conflicted about it. I think it's our reality. For the most part, we all kind of know, like, football and basketball will always be priority. That is where the revenue comes, a majority of it.
The SEC and ACC will lace it up for the fall slate, though the COVID eligibility rule grants everyone a second red shirt for the 2020 season. For that reason, Coach Schulenberger feels good about his squad's position.
We get an opportunity to win a national championship or a Pac-12 championship, be in the hunt for it in the spring, and return 2 months later in the fall to do it again. And they only lose 1 year of eligibility for next year. It's a win-win.
Schulenberger says the College Cup is held in May with a reduced field of 48. Reporting from Pullman, Andrew Bartline, Murrow News 8.
Well, it was a nail-biter all night during Game 4 of the NBA Finals. With 40 seconds left, forward Anthony Davis took a three-pointer, gaining the Lakers a 9-point lead, which they did not let go of. After a 102-96 victory over the Miami Heat, the Lakers are only one win away from the championship. And when we come back, 2 jail employees face cruelty charges for playing a song. Find out which one when Murrow News 8 returns.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
The Associated Press reports 2 former Oklahoma City jail employees face misdemeanor cruelty charges, forcing cuffed inmates to listen to the children's song Baby Shark on repeat. The report says these incidents occurred last November and December. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything from this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always catch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/mn8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night.